All right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. It has been a minute since we have filmed something.
Actually, it technically has been 2 minutes.
Yeah, so we just spent 30 minutes doing a update video as to where we've been and what we've been up to, and Jay forgot to hit the record button on the audio mixer. So that is no longer an episode. Yeah, drink that water. But today's episode, what we're going to be talking about is how to know if you're a high value man or what we think makes a high value man. And this is just what, a discussion that you and I are having. Other people will have their opinions and what they think is considered a high value man. For me, I think there are many things that attribute to someone being a high value man. One of those being confident and secure within yourself. What about you? What is something that you would sort of attribute or think that you would be a high value man?
I'm pretty confident I did not hit that button earlier.
We're
Right.
very
and
confident.
I'm very secure at the fact that I know I fucked that up.
Yeah.
So,
because that's another episode that we could have had for you guys, but unfortunately it's not happening.
All right, listen, first time I've messed up. All right. He messed up once. I messed up once. You remember your mess up? Do you remember yours? Not having enough space on the SD card, so we lost.
Oh
half
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
We're tied now. It's 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1.
1-1. Who's gonna mess up next? So what is a high value man? Oh God, yeah. There's so many podcasts and YouTubes on what makes a high value man, and I feel that a high value man is more opinionated, right? There's no set. Yeah, there might be things where we can all agree on as a high value man, but there's I would say how you carry yourself.
Ooh, yeah.
Will determine if you are a high value man. Now, you can be broke as shit and carry yourself like you're not, right? And people might give the assumption that you are a high value man. But I've also seen very rich people dress like they're homeless.
Yeah.
Right?
And 100% that how you dress does not speak anything to who you are or the value that you are.
Right.
Materialistic things don't necessarily mean you're a high value man if you have millions of dollars worth of cars and all of that,
What you bring to the table determines on if you're a high value man, depending on the person that is on the receiving end.
Yeah.
Right? Because for me personally, what I would consider a high value man is somebody that is respectable, somebody that is smart. Because there's two different types of smarts, right? You have street smarts and book smarts. Somebody that has that perfect balance between the two. You don't need to know it all, but you should have a balance between the two.
Yeah.
Somebody that has sleeves and a bun and some nice facial hair, wears white shirts all the time. Oh, my bad. I wonder who that is. Real true high value men have androids. Just putting that out there. And I couldn't even look at you with a straight face.
I can't believe, I'm gonna step in now, and I'm not gonna bring up phones and all that shiznits. But I think when it comes to a high value man, I think you are someone that is emotionally and physically strong, along with being resilient and good under pressure, and that you won't break down in situations.
Under pressure.
Yeah, under pressure.
Battle tested.
Exactly. I think that because you're then able to, lead your family and they can fully trust you, knowing that you are strong to carry them through whatever comes their way. I think another thing is...
I don't know if the microphone picked that up. Sorry if you just heard me burp.
I think another one is being assertive and having respect for others.
Yeah, the respect aspect
You know,
of
I
things.
think that someone who just doesn't have actual respect for others and just is just plain out disrespectful to others because they think that they're better in some sort of way, that actually brings you lower. Like I was watching a video and this guy was talking about, and it's funny, it's similar to being what success or a high value man is, and it's this big macho guy and he's like pretty much being very aggressive and like saying it's all about materialistic things and it's all like there were a lot of things I agreed with, but then a lot of things I disagreed. He's like, you got to be strong. I agree with that. Be work as a man. You should work on yourself. You should be physically fit, mentally strong. But the value of like, oh, look at my Ferrari, look at my Rolex watch. Like, I hate to say that. Yes, they may bring you happiness into that person or something, but to a lot of people that may not bring value. And then the man who was counteracting with him was like, well, I bring value as a father. And this man also had money who was speaking. He was just simply saying that, you know, materialistic things don't bring him like, do not make him a higher value or lesser value man. It's the like the non-materialistic things that he does that actually bring value. And then this man was being very the very macho show off Kai was getting very defensive and was then throwing like insults because he was getting defensive on like, what do you mean? And it was very interesting to watch.
Yeah, that so but it's kind of like if you want to see what a high value man looks like that has a shit ton of money, go to the Miami Strip. But if you want to see a real high value man, go find that guy that's slaying and banging and clanging for his family in the middle of Texas and on a farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of two different types of values depending on the two different types of women, right?
Well, but it also doesn't have to be what the woman, you know, it doesn't have to be dependent on the woman. You
Right,
know?
but remember, I could sit down and feel like a high value man, and everyone around me can be like, "You're full of shit," right? At the end of the day, I want my woman to understand my value, right? And I feel like, do I feel like I'm a high value man? Yes, I would say so because of the things that I've accomplished in my life. I got the book smarts, I got the street smarts, right? Maybe I lack a little bit on the book smarts, but unless you talk to me about the human body, forget it. I got that up there. You want to talk to me about life? I got that up there. You want to talk to me about owning a business? I got that up there. You want me to talk about, just life in general, challenges and tribulations and all stuff? I got it down packed.
Yeah.
You want to talk to me about American history? Nothing.
Peace.
Got nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. But for me personally, do I think I'm a high value man? Yes, in the eyes of the right woman, I would say I'm a high value man because they understand that my drive, my willpower, my respect, how I treat them, the things I've gone through, the lessons I've learned, how I implement those things that I've learned to life,
Yeah.
how I treat them. I think I said that already. But and my drive to continue to move forward in life.
Yeah. Continue improving yourself.
Yes.
Continue growing as a person.
That's what really makes you. I go to the gym every day, right? So that's really what makes you, at least to me, that's my definition of a high value man. Somebody that's willing to support their significant other, raise a family. That to me is a high value man, not the guy that's, and no offense to any of you guys that just want to sit at home and play PlayStation after work. I mean, that's cool and all, but you should be doing more with your life to build a future for someone else that's going to come into your life also.
Yeah.
Because if you were talking about monogamy, back in the day of the man pays the rent or the mortgage and the woman takes care of the family and she stays at home and she does all of that. Times are a lot harder now than they were back then. It's hard to afford things on your own when you're a man unless you're making like high six figures. And you're talking about more than six figures to be able to say, okay, you know what, baby, I'll cover everything. You stay home.
Yeah.
Because now you got to pay her a salary, technically, right? And we just don't have it like that. So does that make me less of a man? No. Would I split things 50-50? Probably not. But depending on where I am financially,
Yeah.
if me and someone I'm with decide to move in together, then I would, if I'm financially okay, I would pay the rent, no problem. Hey, just cover the utilities and get food, and we're good. Just make sure that the refrigerator is stacked, and we do whatever. You're fine. We'll put the phone bills together, and I have no. I would love to do that.
Yeah,
right?
I think every man would.
Yeah,
but
if I can't do that, at least, all right, let's do 50-50. I'm going to continue to bust my ass to the point where you don't have to worry about your 50%.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing that either. But then it comes down to that also question of you don't want to give someone the leeway over you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, I pay most of the rent. Now let's say we get into an argument and I throw it in your face. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I would do that. I'm not that kind of person. But anyone out there would probably do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know when it comes to situations like that, but for me, like I said, the high value man perspective is how I am as a human being and how I am in God's eyes as a man. I don't know how I am in God's eyes as a man. Like I just found out the other day that it said in the Bible, if you get tattoos, you're going to hell. And I'm like, oh God, I'm sorry. I can't take them off. I didn't know. Right? But now it's like, well, you know what? I've done a lot of good in my life. So I hope that the day I am judged, it's not because I decided to mark my body.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going to happen with that. But what I do know is I fear God and I'm still a God-loving person. And I try every day to remember that as I continue to move forward in life. And I feel like that's what really makes me a high-value man is I stay positive, I stay humble, and I only have good days. Even though we have some shitty hours, still try to have some good days. But for you, do you think money or stature?
When you say stature, what exactly?
Meaning your beliefs.
Beliefs.
Beliefs. That's what I should have said.
I would say yes. I would say your beliefs, your morals, who you are as a person. Gives you higher value than money.
Good.
That's what I would easily say that time and time again. Right. I think money is great. I think we need money to survive. But I think there are so many other things in life other than money that those core values, the beliefs that you have, whatever that is, that's what creates a high value man. Some people will say, and a high value man is someone who's the head of a company. Some people will say a high value man is the raising a family. Some people will say a high value life is getting to travel the world and experience life.
Do you want to travel the world?
I would love to travel the world. I personally feel I would rather be rich with life experiences than materialistic things.
I feel like I'm pretty rich with life experience as it is. Like, I think if I was to have
the reason, I think we're mistaking. You're mistaking something.
You're talking about just traveling and seeing the world and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I'm talking about what you think I'm talking about.
Yes. I think both of us are, rich in actual going through life and experiencing multitudes of bad shit and good shit. And that has formed us and created us into the people that we are today, which is why I would consider us high value men.
Right.
Because there's a lot of things that we have been through that has put us into the trenches that a lot of people may not get out, but we've rose above that.
Right.
So 100%, I fully agree with you.
That's what I'm saying. But you're talking about just traveling, seeing the world, knowing what else is out there.
Exactly. Because there are people that I know that haven't left their state. I'm very thankful that I've been able to be in multiple countries in this world. Mm-hmm. There are people who haven't left the country, of the United States or whatever, or maybe wherever they live or born, they have never left, say Sweden, Argentina, wherever.
Yeah. They never.
I'm thankful that I've had the opportunities already at 29 that I've been able to go to multiple countries, but I want to continue that because I want to be rich in culture and life. And I feel like that adds to the value of being able to see what life is like through different people's eyes. Mm-hmm. Because there are people that they don't understand how good they have it here in America. Mm-hmm. I think people take it for granted, actually, although it is shit at times.
Right now, it's fucking shit.
But I can tell you, it's better than a lot of other places that I've been
1,000.
to
Yeah, well,
that are
I'm not
going through a
saying-
lot rougher times. You
I
know,
completely agree. I'm not saying the percentage.
no,
thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But another thing that I think a high value man is maybe being respected in your community. You know, I think that's, you know, say you're in, people could take community in different ways. That could be a religious community. That could be in, say, their town community. Maybe they become, I don't know, a mayor of some sort. They see that as like they're maybe trying to do better for their community, you know, and they could see that as, you know,
high-value man.
a high
Yeah,
value
yeah.
man.
So wait, let's just rewind a little bit. So you want to travel the world? What? Give me three places that you want to go to.
3 places
Top
that
three.
I want to.
From
Okay,
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'd love to go to Madeira, Portugal. It's a really beautiful place. My girlfriend, I plan on going there at some point, possibly next year.
That's number 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, I would say I would love to go to Brazil. I haven't gone. I would love to go to Brazil. Brazil. I have a lot of friends from Brazil.
Nice.
So I'd love to go there. And then number 1 is probably Tokyo or Japan. That one is, even though it's number 1, I know it's not going to be one that's going to be soon. It's going to be something that's a little bit more further down the road, just because of the amount that it costs and what I know that my trip that I want to do. It's going to be around a 2-week trip because I want to go from the northern side of the island down to the southern side and fully experience it, and not just go to, say, Tokyo. You know, I want to fully see all the different like variants of life there, because you have city life, you have mountain, you know, there's so many different levels to it.
Right. Taking that off of vibrate.
So I think those are my 3 places that I would love to go to. I mean, there are other, but definitely those 3. Norway is another one. But that, you know, that's very similar, but also different, you know, because my family's from Scandinavia, Denmark, to be exact. And that's another sort of northern area of Scandinavia. So I'd love to go there.
Hey, you went 4, bro.
I'm sorry. My bad.
We went to
all
4.
right. So what do you have? Okay. So have you, where have you traveled that you felt most culture shocked out of? Just, I know this is a side note, but have you traveled to certain parts of like other countries where you've like,
I haven't really traveled.
no,
Not
okay.
gonna lie.
Okay.
So that was the other reason why I felt like the R sex was in the way, was because I was been building that for 7 years. Like that was the goal, was to get it to SEMA. So everything that I ever wanted to do, I foolishly, I don't know if I want to say foolishly, but I put a lot of things on the back burner to get that car, to the dream that I had.
I wouldn't say foolishly, and the reason why is because that was a goal that you wanted to achieve, and now you can say you've done that.
Right. But now that that's done, I mean, one of the most beautiful places that I ever did go to was Puerto Rico. That's my homeland. But
That's traveling.
outside of Puerto Rico, there's an island that's part of Puerto Rico, and it's called Culebra.
Ooh.
And Culebra has one of the top 10 most beautiful beaches in the world. It's called Flamingo Beach.
Okay.
And in order to get to Culebra, what you can do is for anybody that wants to go to Puerto Rico, you can stay at a hotel called the Fajardo Inn. I think it's the name of it, in Fajardo. It's on the east coast of Puerto Rico. So when you can stay at that hotel, and then that morning you can drive right down the road to where they have the boat. And then you get on the boat, and they take you right to Culebra, a small little boat, like the size of a Staten Island, like half the size of a Staten Island ferry.
Okay.
And then when you get off, there's all these little taxis, and they look like they're in little golf carts, and they drive you right to Culebra. So you're going through these woods and everything, and then all of a sudden this beautiful beach pops up.
Ooh.
It was one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my entire life. So there's 3 places that I want to go to. My number 3 would be Tokyo.
Okay.
Right, that's number 3 for me, and I'll explain why that's number. So we love cars, right?
Yep.
That's Japan. It's the heart of what we do.
Why we're
right?
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But you've seen one GTR, you've seen one Skyline, you've seen them all. But it's a different car culture, so I
It's
want to see
different,
what that's
yeah.
like.
It's different going there, along with just the culture there. I've always been fascinated by.
Right.
Like, I love Japanese
I
culture.
love sushi.
Yeah.
Facts. No offense, it's not racist, but love sushi. But yeah, so that is Japan. Tokyo is one place I want to go to. Number 2 would be number 2 and number 1 is tied, but I would save number 1 for a honeymoon, so I'm gonna change it.
Okay.
Vatican City would probably be number 2.
Okay.
Italy, Rome.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go there because I was big on studying the Illuminati and the Vatican City. I'm not a part of the Illuminati, but I was just, no, I was kidding. But there was something that I was so interested in.
Yeah.
You know, that part of history was pretty cool to me. And then number 1 is Egypt.
Which I've been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Egypt
You
is
would
the
love that.
number 1 thing because I have an obsession with ancient Egypt.
Okay.
I mean, I could talk about Egypt for hours, bro.
Yeah.
I love everything about Egypt. I've never even been there.
Yeah.
But that whole history of how the pyramids are created and what we would have to do to this day to try to mimic that is
Unreal.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't, you can go through the whole conspiracy theories with Egypt, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But I just,
100%.
with the ancient gods and the pharaohs and all that stuff, I fell in love with all that stuff. Now, one beautiful place in the world that I want to go to, and I wouldn't say if I get married. If you would have asked me this question 5 years ago, I would have said if. You're asking me this. If you ask me this question now, I'm gonna say when.
Ooh.
When I do get married, I think the honeymoon that I would want to go to, obviously she would have to agree with it, would be Bora Bora.
Is that where you have like the little huts out on the
teepees
water?
and the huts on the water,
I love
bro.
that place. There's all Tahiti. You could go all different, but yeah.
Bora Bora. There's no cell phone service. Well, I think there is now, but there's no TVs in the huts.
Yeah.
There's no radio. There's no nothing.
You walk out, dive into
You
the
just
the
dive
water.
right into the
There's
clear
coral
water.
and everything.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
And I think that's where I would definitely want to go. So back to the high value man thing, I would really feel like even more of a high value man if I'm like, baby, we're going to Bora Bora.
Yeah.
I heard the plane ride there is scary as shit, but to me, it's just like,
Yeah.
that's something I want to do for sure. You know?
love that.
Where would you want your honeymoon?
You know, I don't really know. I think that would be something that would obviously have to be discussed with, you know, my counterpart and all that. And I don't know. I think her and I would definitely pick somewhere that there would be a lot of like hiking because that's something that we love to do. We're actually going on a trip to Washington State in August. And we're for about 7 days, I think.
Yeah.
We're going to like 4 different national parks.
Nice.
And just checking that out.
So if you don't feel like you're a high value man, right? What can you do to, one, determine if you really are or are not? And you have to be real with yourself, right? You really gotta. You
need to really self-reflect.
You're gonna get an answer you're not gonna like.
Yeah.
Right. And what can you do to make changes as a high value man?
So I think you really need to, one, we kind of talked about this. I think you need to start going to the gym. Because if you're not confident within yourself, it's going to be hard to do maybe a lot of the other things, because I think with confidence comes inner strength and feeling that you are of value. You know, because there's a lot of times where I feel it doesn't even mean like ripped to the 8-pack and all that, but like when you start working out, you build confidence. You know, and then that alone protrudes out to people. People can sense an energy of confidence and how you carry yourself. So I think that is like the first bit of action. If you are feeling that maybe you're not as high value as you want to, start building yourself up. So I think that's the first thing. Nice, you're excused. I think
don't know why I keep burping.
it's okay. So I think the first thing, just to reiterate, start going to the gym and working on yourself and build yourself up. The second thing is understanding your core values and beliefs and then staying true to that and not allowing someone to sort of persuade you or make you change your mind. If, in my opinion, if you're not assertive and strong with your values and you're just able to be swayed left and right, then you're more of a sheep than a follower. And to be a high value man, you need to be a leader,
Well,
not a
you
sheep.
mean you're a sheep and a follower.
Okay, so what I meant to say is you shouldn't be a sheep. You need to be a leader.
You're right.
If you are a sheep, you are a follower.
Right. That's what I meant. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think when you allow your values and beliefs to be changed left and right,
Right.
whenever someone comes into a conversation with you, you're willing to please someone because you want them to be happy. Now, for me, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are. I'm going to stay true to me because that's who I am. And I'm very comfortable. And I know that my beliefs are my beliefs, and it's simple as that.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to hate you for having different beliefs, but I'm going to stay true to who I am as a person. And I think that being, confident within yourself with everything that you are is another part of being a high value man.
Yeah. And I would say change. I'll talk about a little bit of change that is going on with me, right? Prior to this change that's going on with me now, I would say that I was a high value man, but I was lacking something. I wasn't lacking ambition. I wasn't lacking goal. I was lacking financially, I would say. And I was lacking drive. And there was a slap of reality that I got hit with. And and I believe in the Bible it said that if you ask God for change, he's going to remove everything from your life in order for you to change. And if you think about everything then that's going on with me right now with, getting rid of the stuff at the business and getting out of the apartment and getting rid of the stuff in my apartment, parting out the blue car, getting rid of the garage, getting stuff out of the garage, selling all this stuff, getting out of debt, doing all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
The change is happening. The people that are coming in and out of my life, the things that has been going on lately, it's a lot between also working 2 jobs. So I asked God for change and the change is happening. Is it happening fast? No, it's happening slow. Do I want it to go faster? Yes. I asked God for patience and he is giving me patience. That's not the patience that I meant to ask you for. I was asking for more people to help. I wasn't asking for patience time-wise, right? But he's given it to me and I'm trying to learn the patience right now and it's very, very difficult. But I'm making the changes that I need to make in order to have a better future for the person that I'm going to be with, right? Whether it be now or in the future. I need to be that person where I sit down and say, baby, I got this. Don't worry about it. I'm taking care of it. Let's raise a family. Let's buy a house. Prior to maybe 2 months ago, my thought of ever owning a house was slim because I never had any money. I never had a savings. I didn't have anything in the bank. I didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
And I was working 2 jobs, one a dead end job basically, and the other one was technically a dead end job too because I owned the business. And I mean, it isn't a dead end. Like I'm not getting any further than owning the business, but the business can grow.
Yeah.
So I was just working to pay rent, 2 utility bills, 2 everything.
Yeah.
So now I asked God for this change and the change is happening. And am I scared? Slightly, yeah. I wouldn't be a man if I couldn't admit when I'm scared or something bothers me. But I can handle it. There's a difference between being scared and frightened and not being able to handle it. I'm able to handle it. And am I handling it well? I'm handling it as best as I could be handling it. And, there are certain days where I sit down and I'm like, damn, man, the thoughts and the voices and everything just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. The noise just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going.
Yeah.
But to touch base on change, when you sit down and you realize what it is that you're lacking, you need to change. And the change is going to make you a better version of yourself. And it's going to force all the things that are supposed to happen to you, they're going to happen to you, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I made a poem, because we said we were going to do that last time,
Yeah.
about change. I literally just wrote it right before we started the podcast. So
Let's hear
it took me what, 30 seconds? Not even.
Yeah.
All right, so here's a good one. I'm not coming off the top of my head now. I actually wrote it down, right? In order to change, things must rearrange. In order to fly, time must pass by. When times look down, things will turn around. Remain positive through it all, or suffer a drastic fall. Everything must be removed in order to have your dreams come true. Stay focused on where you want to be. Keep your head up and you will see. Even though things will be leaving, understand that everything happens for a reason.
I like that. That was
Right?
good.
Short and sweet.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
one's the clapping one? Which one's the clapping one?
I can hear it.
Yeah, we got it. That was pretty good. Yeah. So remember that. Listen to that over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
When you are worried about change, or you're in a position where you feel like the water is kind of like right here, and any more on top of you, you're going to sink.
Yeah.
So
No, I like that, man. That was good.
I think we should go to Cody's quotes.
Oh, all right. We can do that.
Let's go right into Cody's
Let's do
quotes
it.
on this one. Ready?
Yeah.
You going to hear it?
Maybe. We'll see.
All right, we'll see. And go.
Hey. It's Cody's quotes. Hey.
It's Cody's quotes.
It's Cody's quotes.
It's on a note.
Hey. I see. It's very.
It's been a month.
We need headphones. Also, I can't hear shit.
It's been a month.
All
It's
right.
been a month since we've done anything. So,
Yeah.
like, literally, it's been a month since we filmed. He got sick, which is what our last episode was supposed to be about.
Yeah. Full breakdown. I've been sick for 4 to 5 weeks with a terrible dry cough. Still have it here and there, but
Yeah.
you
But
know,
I'm the one that's been coughing this whole
yeah,
freaking time.
I'm doing a pretty good
Because
job.
I've had a cough too, and vertigo. All right, hit me with it.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
Try not to become a man of success. Wow. Lisp.
Oh, you want to say that again? Fluffy, fuck it.
I have a suffering fucking ass.
Fluffy, fuck it.
No, here we go. Try not to become a man of success. Rather, become a man of value.
Oh, wait, that's it?
Yeah. Short and sweet. Wow. Fuck, man.
Dude.
You're always complaining
No.
about how they're like super. They're always complaining about how they're super long.
Consistency. I was expecting it to be long. No,
I'll give you a long one real fast. Then.
Pause. Pause. No, seriously. Wait, and then you left it off on a cliffhanger. So I thought there was more to it.
No, that's
All
all
right. So now that I'm ready, because I know it's only 5 words,
Yep.
say it one more time. Say
Let
it
me
one more
find
time.
it. You know. All right. It's try not to become a man of success, rather a man of value. And that's
Gotcha.
actually by Einstein.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny, actually. Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
All right. That's it.
That's it. Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah. I mean,
should've played this one.
I have 3 other ones, but I decided to choose the shorter one.
Oh, wait, is it this? Nope.
Are you going up?
Nah, I was looking for the other one. Nope. This one. It's a crickets.
That's a good
I
one.
was like, that's it.
Yep.
Anyways, since you guys, I'm still learning this buttons thing over here, but I definitely agree with that. Value is super important.
Yeah. And I agree and disagree even with the own quote that I picked because I feel like you have to be successful partially. But obviously when we're talking about being a high value man, that doesn't mean, like we said, success can also have different meanings to people.
I think success it can turn you into 2 different types of people. You can be very humbled still, or you can be cocky.
Yeah.
Right. Kind of like one of those things where success for me was, hey, I own a business.
Yeah.
You know, I dress pretty well. I own a business.
Yeah.
The business has money. I personally didn't really. And then, I own multiple cars, have my own apartment, right? I didn't have a house. So there's certain levels to this, right? I would say like owning a house, having a family, owning a business, or making pretty good money, kind of up there, right? I'm like a little below that, but I'm working my way towards there, right? You have to have a goal.
Yeah.
Right?
Without goals, it's tough to sort of, I think you and I have a good work ethic and drive, but still, even without a goal or something that you're looking to achieve in life, doesn't give you the full motivation or inspiration that you want to even chase it sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to chase the small wins.
Because
you can't chase the goal.
Yeah. The small wins are going to create that big victory down the line.
Yeah, small steps, right? You gotta crawl before you can walk, and you gotta walk before you can run.
Yep. Exactly.
And you have to learn how to just take your time. And I'm trying to learn that now still. Yo, can I get a cough drop, bro?
Yeah.
Damn, that was from the soul. Yeah, thank you. That was a good toss.
You're welcome. Love these things.
Yeah, because is this mint?
There is a little soothing into it. It's actually strawberry.
Strawberry?
Yeah, it's like a strawberry milkshake.
Oh, this is
But there's no menthol in it.
right, but that tastes like a strawberry milkshake.
It's fantastic.
Which one of those?
Love these things. They're Halls.
Show it to the camera.
We got, not sponsored, but yo, Halls, I just want you to know, I've been living off these motherfuckers. Creamy strawberry.
Kiwi strawberry?
Creamy strawberry. So that's where it's like, and it's a part of the soothing one. So it really helps with like, kind of like if you have like a little dryness or whatever.
Yeah, bro. I've been coughing like crazy all day today.
I've been going ham with these. I think I've gone through like 4 bags.
I think that's bad for you too, though.
It is. But
I'm already dying
but
inside.
it's better than not being able to breathe. So
I agree.
Halls, how you doing?
How you doing, Halls? Help us out.
But yeah, so back to what we were saying. I wanted to just cover something that I wrote down that I personally, we kind of mentioned. I mentioned a little bit on like standing true to who you are, and I was like, this is just like a quick note. I'll try to elaborate a little more, but he stands up and speaks for himself, along with he enforces boundaries, knowing how he should be treated, whether that's friends, boss, loved ones, and that he stands up for if he's being disrespected. Because, like we were saying before, if you are easily persuaded or your values or boundaries are moved, then you are more of a sheep than a leader. And I feel to be a high value man, you need to be a leader.
Be a needle mover.
I like that.
Be a needle mover. Learn how to not just stay on the bottom end of things. Right? Just keep moving forward. I think if I had to give anybody listening 5 steps to become a high valued man, number 1, I would say get up and start making your fucking bed. That's what your first thing you got. Discipline.
Yeah.
Okay. When your alarm clock goes off, don't hit the snooze button. Do what I do. I said it in a previous episode. I think it was the first or second episode. I said my alarm clock goes up. I say discipline 3 times, and I get out of bed.
Yeah.
And do what I have to do. It doesn't matter what time I went to sleep. That's 1. 2, have a goal. Right? Say, okay, this is what I'm trying to accomplish in my life. Okay? And the end goal, right? You need to know what the end goal is. 3, write it down and come up with steps that you need to take to get to that end goal.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of, what was it? Was it a web graph? I think it was. Something where you circle, end goal, then you branch off.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? So write that end goal, branch off different ideas, and you might branch off of another one too,
Yeah.
right? Everything's got to lead to that end goal. Now, once you do that, that's step 3. Step 4, implement those small goals. As you're implementing those small goals, and they could be anything. If you want to say, oh, I want to buy a house in 5 years. Okay, now you got the house. You branch off, need to make more money. You branch off, side hustle. You branch off from that, more money. Okay, how do we make more money? Okay, well, ask for a raise at the job, right? You branch off of that, and then you can kind of figure out where you are. The 5th one, which is the most important one, is stay humble and be patient.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 most important things, and I put them together because if you don't have patience, you won't remain humble. You understand? Because you're going to be rushing, and anything's going to bother you.
Yeah.
You have to be patient, and you have to remain humble. And if I had to pick a 6th one, which was probably should have been number 1, was trust in God's plan for you. Again, I'm religious, but I'm not super religious. I don't go to church every weekend, right? But I believe in God, and I'm not going to force it upon anybody. Whatever you believe in, you believe in. But you want to get to that stage in your life where it's like, all right, God, I know everything you've put me through. You've put me through for a reason. This is what I need. Help me get to where I need to go.
Yeah.
I know you'll be there with me by my side. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
And you're going to put me through whatever trials and tribulations that I need to go through to learn those lessons. And that is what I'm going to be put on that path to where I actually want to be.
Now, before you do all of those steps, the one thing you really have to do before you start thinking about any of those steps is you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, where am I now? Am I a high value man? How can I fix that? And how, by getting to that goal, how am I fixing myself? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why that would be my best advice to anybody that's trying to become a high value man. I'm removing everything from my life to start over to become a better man. I'm a great man now, but there's always room for improvement because I stay humble.
Yeah.
I know there is.
Well, that's another thing that I think is what you attribute to being a high value man is knowing that you are always growing. There is, like you said, always room for improvement, always room to change, always room to get better. And I think, like you said, humble is probably up in the top 3 for me as well.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really have much to add to the list that I think you hit it, right spot on.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to. I had a bunch of things, but you pretty much crossed them all off.
My bad.
But
that's good.
Yeah,
That's I think that's everyone's best step as a female, as a woman who wants to be a high value woman. As a man who comes across a woman who is a high value woman, I have come across some women in my life that are high value women, right? The one thing that I noticed a lot of them do lack is the humbleness. A lot of the ones that I have met have always felt like they don't need anyone. And as a man, I've met men who also felt like they don't need anyone. So I'm not just pointing this towards women. But what I would say is, if you're a high value man and you come across a high value woman, and if you are both humble, it'll work out amazingly. You both have an amazing future with each other as long as you are patient and humble with each other. But you can't remain humble if you think your shit don't stink.
Yeah.
You can't. And people will smell it. And guess what? Reality check. Your shit fucking stinks. Like bad.
Yeah.
And clear out an airport. Because people know. They see it. You can see someone's shit from a mile away. Oh, that person walking down the block, walking like they think their shit don't stink. You know it right away.
Oh, yeah. You can tell.
So just remain humble and understand that not everybody's going to make the same amount of money as you. Not everybody's going to have the same amount of money as you. Not everybody will have the opportunity to catch up to what you make. But money isn't everything. And if you think money is, guess what? You're really not humble, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because you can lose everything one day. COVID showed you guys that. So That's my biggest gripe with people who make a lot of money. Doesn't matter if you're man or woman. Just stay humble. Appreciate life. Because you can't buy life and you can't buy time. So what's your money really worth?
Exactly.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So I said we ended on that.
Yeah. Guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in to this episode. We know it's been a while. We apologize, but we are back on the grind. So if you guys don't mind, please leaving a like, a comment on what you think a high-value man or woman is. Along with make sure to follow us on Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yep. He hit it right on the spot.
Yes,
and watch this episode that's going to pop up somewhere on the screen. Because if you haven't seen any of them, you lacking. You ain't high value unless you watch our podcast. Later.